What's up, Richard Simmons here. Now, Universal had a pretty good year in 2025. With the likes of Jurassic, I was not a fan of it, but box office wise, Jurassic World, Rebirth. Focus Features had some good stuff as well. Uh, Obviously, How to Train Your Dragon did pretty well and all that. But it looks like both Universal and Focus Features looks to have a interesting year for 2026 as well. So here's the Universal movies set for release. Now, first I'm going to talk about the Universal Pictures movies. Then I'm going to talk about the Focus Features films. So first up, the Universal films coming. Now there is still Soulmate coming out, which yeah, who knows if that's going to see the light day, but other stuff we Universal has is Reminders of Him, which is based on the Colleen Hoover story, starring Michael Moreau as a woman who attempts to reconnect with her young daughter, but faces resistance from everyone after she gets out of prison. It does look pretty decent. I really quite like Colleen Hoover's other last two adaptations. Um, of course, Regretting You I didn't mind. It Ends with Us, despite the controversy, but that I know It Ends with Us was pretty decent. Reminders of Him does look intriguing. Does look heartfelt here. It's got Michael Moreau, so that piques my interest. All right, also coming out is on April 3rd. It's a Super Mario Galaxy movie. Probably going to be it is probably going to be Universal's biggest movie that year. I guarantee you, this is definitely going to be a huge hit. Of course, the first movie was a massive hit as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to see where they're going to take this one to. Benny Safdie's supposed to be in this here. Brie Larson as Rosalina. Lots to look forward to with this one. All right, also coming out on April 10th, we got You, Me as Tuscany, which stars Halle Bailey and Reggie John Page. When a woman crashes at an attempt Italian villa, posing as the owner's fiance, she discovers an unexpected romance that may transform her life. And the trailer, I gotta say, does look pretty charming. I like Halle Bailey. She was really good in The Little Mermaid. So I'm intrigued to see this one. Hopefully, it is a good one, but we'll see there. All right, on July. Oh, on June 10th is of course the new Spielberg film Disclosure Day. Obviously, one of my anticipated films that year because it's Spielberg after all. Definitely excited for Disclosure Day when that arrives. On July 1st, we got Minions 3. Still don't know what it's supposed to be about, but word has it might be called Mega Minions. So we'll see if they'll stick with that there. That's probably going to be a huge hit as well. Like, say what you want about Despicable Me and Minions. Minions are popular. So, yeah, I mean, it should be interesting to see how that's going to do. Obviously, the biggest movie Universal has out is The Odyssey, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Matt Damon, Tom Holland. I'm definitely excited for this one. The trailers have to look decent. You know, of course, Matt Damon, Tom Holland, and Hathaway. The cast, Lupita Nyong'o. The cast list goes on and on. It looks excellent, so I'm definitely really pumped to see this one. Also coming out in August or in 2026, on August 7th, we got One Night Only, which is from the same director of Anyone But You, starring the likes of Maya Hawke, Monica Barbaro, Callum Turner. And it's pretty much takes place on a sole night when premarital sex is permitted. Two strangers desperately search for partners in their restricted society. It does sound interesting here. Almost like a good rom com. I really quite like what Will Gluck did with Anyone But You, which became one of the highest grossing rom coms in recent years. He also directed Easy A, which I enjoyed. And he did that remake of Annie from 2014. So I'm definitely intrigued to see this one because he's directing it alone. All right. Also coming out on September 25th, we got Forgotten Island, which is a new DreamWorks animated film. Follows two best friends who become stranded on a mystical world of Nakali, where the only escape might cost their shared lifetime of memories. It features the voice talents of her, Dave Franco, Jenny Slate. I do like DreamWorks animation. They could be pretty good. Could this be the next Wild Robot? Who knows, but we'll see. On October 9th, we got Other Mame, which stars Jessica Chastain, And it's about Belle, who's an 8-year-old living in a home of marital problems, confront a sinister entity that comes like out of her closet here. This is directed by Rob Savage, who recently did The Boogeyman a couple years ago. I mean, it could be interesting, to say the least. I like Jessica Chastain, but if you had told me that this was going to be set in the Mama universe, probably would believe you because of the title. Because she did Mama, now Other Mommy. Okay, see how this is. Also coming out on November 25th, we got Father-in-Law, which is the newest installment of Meet the Parents. And of course, I really quite like the Meet the Parents franchise. You know, you got Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller coming back. Definitely excited for this one. Ariana Grande's part of the cast too, so sign me with us here. All right, we also got Violent Night 2 coming out on December 4th. Of course, the new sequel to the David Harbour Santa Claus movie. It could be pretty fun. I really enjoyed that first Violent Night, so definitely looking forward to see where they're going to take the sequel to. Word has it Kristen Bell is supposed to be playing Mrs. Claus. Not bad casting there, so that should be interesting. Also coming out, we have a movie titled Help. I don't know anything about Help. All I know is that it's directed by Malcolm D. Lee, who, of course, Malcolm D. Lee directed movies like Girls Trip. He did Space Jam 2. I don't know what it's supposed to be about, but it does have an interesting cast. It's got Coco Jones, who recently played Hillary Banks on Peacock's Bel Air. Lynn Whitfield's in this one. Chloe Bailey. We also got Lucian Lavascant from Emily in Paris. Again, I don't know what it's supposed to be about, but maybe it could be like a Jordan Peele type horror film. Who knows? Can't be worse than him, right? I would be surprised if this is a movie that Jordan Peele is producing. I don't know why. Just it definitely sounds like it easily be like I don't know. It might become the next him. Who knows? But we'll see. All right. Well, now the films from Focus Features coming out. That's all the Universal pictures that I'm aware of. But the films coming out from Focus Features in 2026. We've got let's see what else we got here. On May 22nd, we got Finding Emily, which stars Andre Rice, who was recently in the Mean Girls musical film. When a lovesick musician is given the wrong number for his dream girl, he teams up with a driven psychology student to find her. Together, they spark a hilarious campus-wide frenzy that tests their own hearts and ambitions along the way. That could be interesting to check out. We got a film called Obsession, which is actually directed by a YouTuber, which pretty cool to see there. Now, Obsession is about like after the mysterious after breaking the mysterious One Wish Willow, to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly how what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a dark, sinister price. That could be interesting to check out. They did drop a trailer. They didn't really reveal too much, but it does look pretty creepy. We got Sense and Sensibility coming out on September 11th. Of course, based on the Jane Austen story starring Daisy Edgar Jones. It could be interesting. I mean, we have seen Sense and Sensibility adaptations before, most notably the Kate Winslet Alan Rickman film. Will this be as good? Who knows? We also got a film called Girls Like Girls, which is directed by Haley Kiyoko. And it's about this high schooler named Coley from rural origin who navigates intimacy after her mother's passing and meeting Sonia's sparks new feelings, but self-doubt hinders to their connections here. I don't know, it could be interesting. Haley Kiyoko, I think it's Cuoco, I think her name is. She actually played Velma in those straight to home video Scooby Doo live action films. She was also in Gem and the Holograms. She's also a good musician as well, so sure she'll do great in this one. Now, other stuff coming from Focus Features that don't really have release dates. Now, Focus Features hasn't acquired lots. Like, obviously, there is Sundance coming out. Focus Features could always acquire something out of Sundance. So, yeah, from now until later the year, Focus Features could always acquire something from us, from a film festival or whatever. But here are some of the other Focus Feature movies that are scheduled to be released. We got a movie called Pressure, which stars Andrew Scott and Brendan Fraser, a ticking clock thriller based on the extraordinary true story of the 72 hours leading up to D-Day. That could be interesting here. Brendan Fraser is supposed to play Dwight D. Eisenhower, so that could be pretty cool to see. We also, last but not least, we also got The Uprising. Uh, oh, and I forgot to mention this one. But we also got Midwinter Break, which is the new Leslie Manville film with Sarah Hines. That's also coming out. I forgot to write that down actually. I've been seeing the trail for that. That looks pretty decent. So hopefully that could be a good one. Last but not least, we got The Uprising, which stars Andrew Garfield, directed by Paul Greengrass. It's about a pledge that raised 14th century England, and it follows a peasant who triggers a rebellion against King Richard II and becomes legend of resistance. I don't know if that's gonna be good or not, but it does sound intriguing. You got Paul Greengrass, who was Captain Phillips. You got Andrew Garfield in this. Could be interesting. Hopefully that could be a good one, but we'll see. Uh, anyway, that's pretty much all coming out as right now. But let me ask you guys, what are some Universal or Focus feature films you're interested in? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Siren.